This is San Diego News Daily.
Hey there, I'm Stephen Luke. Let's get right into your top local stories. San Diego's second largest city is thriving right now, according to Chula Vista Mayor John McCann, who just outlined all of the successes during the annual State of the City address. He made this speech before a big crowd over at the Chula Vista Elite Athlete Training Center. The mayor talking about his city's growing economy at a time when other cities like San Diego are struggling. He focused on wins over the past year, saying Chula Vista maintained a balanced budget, strong reserves, and quality services without any layoffs, adding new resources, including 2 fire stations.
We celebrated the grand opening of the Gaylord Pacific, a milestone project that has generated thousands of permanent jobs, tourism, and will create long-term economic impacts for our city and our region.
The mayor also said Chula Vista is still one of the safest cities in the county and the state by prioritizing public safety, affordable housing, and helping people who are homeless. Starting next Monday, more than 2 million registered voters right here in our county will start receiving voter information pamphlets ahead of the June primary. Now, the biggest race on the ballot, of course, is that for governor. We are hearing from some of the top candidates right now. 8 candidates on either side of the aisle facing off in this debate last night. Happened at Pomona College. Organizers inviting all the candidates with active campaigns who are listed on the ballot and have at least 1% support in the polls. Among the many topics, affordability.
With my plan to make our state Cal-affordable, $3 gas, cut your electric bills in half, your first $100,000 tax-free, and especially for young people, a home you can afford to buy.
California is broken because of what has been happening in Sacramento because of an absolute failed Democrat progressive agenda that is destroying California.
I'm the only candidate on this stage who has pledged to suspend and then reform the gas tax. It is the most regressive tax in California.
We'll reduce prescription drug prices. CalRx is working well, and we'll start building the homes that we need. 40,000 units are shovel ready. I'll get them going the first day I'm in office.
The first thing I'll do is provide down payment assistance grants to those who want to own a home. And we will build 2 million housing units using the surplus property that school districts have in every single county in this state.
We need to drop the cost of construction by using industrial construction off-site. And we need to work with the cities and counties and bring the money to them so they can afford to do housing.
We need to have first-time buyer assistance, $25 billion initiative at no cost to the taxpayer that will help them get into their first house.
We need to reform permitting. Yes, we need to innovate in housing. We can bring down housing costs by 10 or 20%. That's not a few extra dollars.
NBC News and Telemundo, by the way, will host the next debate, which you can watch live right here on NBC 7 next Wednesday, May 6th at 7 o'clock at night. Well, one of the top candidates in the race for governor, Javier Becerra, is getting ready to learn more about the South Bay's biggest environmental issue as he is going to tour the Tijuana River Valley with County Supervisor Paloma Aguirre. He's just the latest in a slew of candidates who've been down to the region to tour it. We'll be following the latest for you from his visit throughout the day. Keeping our streets clean, it's a big job. Many local cities rely on street sweepers to keep trash and other debris out of our storm drains. Well, now some, as you see here, we've talked about this, relying on electricity to power the sweepers. And the state board is showcasing the future of freight transportation today with zero emissions vehicles. It's at Pechanga Arena from 9 in the morning until 3 p.m. You can even test drive one of the zero-emission vehicles they hope cities like San Diego will adopt more of in the future. It's free and open to the public. More details for you right now at NBC7.com. Meteorologist Brooke Martell joining us with a closer look at your first alert forecast.
Hey there, taking a look at your daytime highs. Really nice afternoon on tap out along the coastline, mid 60s to about 70 degrees. You can see we're a little bit warmer near downtown, and we'll have a steady westerly wind going there up to about 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. Those winds could be a bit stronger over the valleys where daytime highs will be right around the mid 70s. We're also dealing with those breezy to even gusty windy conditions over our mountain communities, mid to upper 60s there, close to 90 over the desert region. And coming up, we'll take a closer look at that 10-day forecast.
Police in El Cajon right now are searching for the hit-and-run driver who took off from the scene, running away from this crash. How bystanders jumped into action to help save a woman trapped in one of the cars. Next.
You count on breaking news.
People running in the streets, they have their kids, they have their pets.
And help preparing for the unexpected.
Small fire right now. We'll keep an eye on it.
You count on stories from your community. You count on getting different points of view.
We're still human.
And your voice being heard.
We need help.
You count on in-depth reporting.
It's a mess, and it's making people sick.
Because you know the whole story is more than just the headline. This is coverage you count on, only on NBC 7 and Telemundo 20.
This is San Diego News Daily.
Hey there, I'm Stephen Luke. Welcome back. El Cajon police are on the lookout right now for a hit-and-run driver after this crash here left a woman trapped inside her car. This was Sunday night, a little after 11 o'clock. Near the corner of Hamishaw in Maine. A gas station worker nearby telling us he heard a loud bang, a crash, as he was closing up. When he went out to see what happened, he found an injured woman inside a Nissan sedan, trapped by the truck that crashed into her. He said he and others tried to help rescue her, and then crews arrived and did the heavy lifting. He also said the truck driver apparently took off on foot, but not immediately.
He seemed shaken, but not like injured. He was standing there. I never engaged with him. I really thought he had the look of a man who was just going to stand there, not a little boy who would run away.
NBC 7 made several attempts to reach investigators, but they did not return our calls yet. We're tracking the latest for you. No description of the suspect given so far.
Connie deserved to grow old. She deserved to be safe in her own home. She deserved more time with the people who loved her, and nothing that this court can do can give that back to her.
The family of Connie Dadka confronting her killer nearly 4 years after she was beaten to death inside her condo in Rancho Penasquitos. A judge just sentenced Parrish Chambers to 17 years to life in prison. According to testimony during this trial, Dadka and Chambers had an abusive relationship that centered around drugs. There was a surprise, though, when the convicted killer said he was sorry, but added this.
Even though I'm here and I'm accepting a sentence of second degree, I'm not a murderer.
The night Dadka died, her neighbors called 911 more than 10 times, but it took police 2 hours to show up, and they spent about 15 minutes outside her door before walking off. San Diego police telling NBC 7 investigates they didn't check inside the home because officers believed the man lived there. This despite the fact Chambers got in by climbing a second-story balcony and smashing through a glass door. Dadka's family had a civil suit against the department and the city, but a judge dismissed it last year. The family says they've exhausted all legal avenues against the police department, but still want answers about why they didn't respond sooner, potentially saving Connie's life. A man in the U.S. illegally just pleaded guilty in federal court to impersonating a Border Patrol agent. Prosecutors say in January, Jaime Ernesto Alvarez Gonzalez drove a black truck around Linda Vista with a Border Patrol sticker on his windshield, a light bar on the dashboard, and a license plate frame with the phrase federal truck, although it was misspelled. They say he also wore a mask and disrupted an immigration enforcement operation. He could receive 3 years in prison for impersonating an agent and 15 years on weapons charges. Meteorologist Brooke Martell will have a closer look at your first alert forecast right after this.
We are rolling. Your left, I'm sorry.
Let's do this.
Where do you get your information from?
Well, definitely start with the local news.
The reason why I love listening to local news like NBC, they give the facts.
California families could feel
They have a genuine interest, first as people and second as a news team.
Because this is their community too.
Sometimes the news isn't always fun. Bringing it to us every day in good and bad times is something that we rely on.
Nice to have you with us.
Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. You can see those temperatures, they taper off a little bit by Thursday, but then we start to warm up more Friday and Saturday. We're talking some low 70s at the coast, but upper 70s to about the low 80s over the inland valley. So that means temperatures trending above seasonal averages. By next week, we're going to be cooling down once again. But before we do, the mountain communities also spending some time in the 70s for the upcoming weekend, much warmer than that for the deserts. We're going to be right around those low to mid 90s. Next week, we'll see the return there of some low 80s and some upper 70s.
Well, we have a bunch of ways for you to stay on top of the top stories in San Diego, and here's one of them. If you like podcasts, make this part of your collection, if you will. Today in San Diego, we have a new episode for you every single day of the week, including weekends, and you can find it wherever you get your podcasts. As always, more coverage you count on at NBC7.com.